How's it going, everyone? My name is Elijah King and I'm here for another beer review. This is Serial Killer by Phillips Brewing and Malting Co. This is an Imperial Rye Lager with 7.2% alcohol content. Beginning as a full-bodied Imperial Lager, a murderous amount of rye thickens the plot, adding a subtle spice note to a deliciously balanced brew. No twist. Pry the cap off this killer rye. Also, the other neat thing is that this label is made from 100% post-consumer recycled materials, which I think we're all excited about. And yeah, it's just your basic beer. It has water, barley, rye, hops, and yeast. So pretty standard. Also, it has that in French too, ear, yogurt, Stiegel, houblon, and Louvre, which is French for those ingredients. So yeah, let's drink beer. Where's my open? Damn it, I can't work like this. Oh, there it is, under my leg. Arf, arf. It's probably just because like I'm looking at the label and stuff and it's talking about cereal, but I taste cereal. There's the one that's like, I saw this in a commercial and I've always wanted this one. It's like, it's cereal, but it's like, it's tiny cookies, right? And just tiny cookies and you pour in a bowl. I can't find them anywhere, except one day I did find them. I didn't buy them. Yeah, it tastes like Fruit Loops. I think that's it. It's got barley, which is kind of a fruit. Hops, which as far as I know could be fruit. Yeast, which is an animal, I think. It's like, okay, yeast isn't an animal so much as it like, it's alive and it moves, I think. It's still a thing, right? Like it's not, like plants are alive, but they're not like alive like animals are. And yeast is alive, which, is weird, and frankly I don't think that vegetarians should eat that or figs. The other thing is cereal cereal isn't always cold because you get a hot cereal like oatmeal. And by special request I'm gonna tell the story of the oatmeal story with the girl and the bears. So there's these bears, right? And they all make some, well, porridge, which is another word for oatmeal. It's a little different, but the point stands. Anyway, so they're making porridge, and all the porridge is too hot. So they decide to go for a walk. And it's gotta be a short walk, right? Because it's all gonna be too cold when you get back. They go off on the walk. Then there's this girl, Goldilocks, and she comes along, and she just lets herself into the house because if you find a house in the woods, what else are you gonna do? Oh yeah, bears live in the woods. They also poop there, like the Pope, I think. And so Goldilocks lets herself in and she sits down on the chairs. There's 3 chairs. And so she says, hey, this chair is too hard. I hate this chair. She goes to the next chair. This chair is too soft. Who's ever heard of a chair that's too soft? I'd love a soft chair, even if it's really, really soft. And then she sits in a 3rd chair and is like, this chair is just right. I could sit in this chair forever because it's great. But she doesn't. She decides to make her way to the kitchen and she sees these 3 bowls of porridge where the bears left. So she eats some of it, because why not? If you're letting yourself in the house, you might as well eat their food. And so the first bowl, she's like, this porridge is too hot. They probably haven't been on a walk that while, you'd think, until she gets to the next bowl. And this bowl is too cold. Why aren't these porridge bowls cooling at a consistent rate? The second bowl is no good either because it's too cold. Goes to the 3rd bowl, it's just right. She eats the whole thing up. Now she's all like tired from the porridge because you eat a lot and you get tired. So she decides she's gonna go to bed. Well, what place would you go except for this same cottage? So there's 3 beds and they're all in this one room, and she goes to the first bed and like, this bed's too hard. And then she goes to another one, this bed's too soft. Again, who's ever heard of a bed that's too soft? I don't want to, no, like, well, maybe you don't want to sleep in a bed that's too soft. A chair? Sure, softer the better. A bed? Maybe not. Anyway, so the first 2 beds aren't good enough. The 3rd bed though, that bed is just right. She goes to sleep there. Meanwhile, bears are back from their walk and they come into their house and they see their chairs and there's evidence that someone's been sitting in these chairs. How do you tell someone's sitting in a chair? This is a plot hole in the story. How? Noticing that someone's been in their house, they decide the next thing to do, check on their food, not their valuables or anything. Gotta check to make sure their bowl of porridge is there. Someone's been eating my porridge. Someone's been eating my porridge. Someone's been eating my porridge and it's all gone. And the next thing after you check the food is you have to check your bed to make sure it's still there. Someone's been sleeping in my bed. Someone's been sleeping in my bed. And then Baby Bear says, someone's sleeping in my bed and they're still there. I would think that one of the parents would have noticed that first. It's a baby. It's a baby bear. You shouldn't expect the baby to notice things on their own. Anyways, I don't know how the story ends. Anyways, I don't know how the story ends. I think conventionally she gets away, but that seems unlikely because Goldilocks, well, she's being chased by bears. Bears she's pissed off, and I can't imagine that goes well for her. As an afterthought, I figured in this beer review I should say what I think about the taste. It's good. I like it.